Alright, Rogue Chef here. Right now I'm getting ready to do some meatloaf. So first off, what I've got here is a puree of some shallots, red onion, some red peppers, and some garlic with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to start pouring this into our ground beef. And this is actually a ground chuck. Alright, and this is about 20 pounds of ground chuck. So we're going to put that to the side. I'm gonna add some thyme, because everybody needs more thyme. And it may look like a lot, but this is a lot of meat. A little bit of parsley. Some basil. Oregano, and I'm gonna throw in some of this Yo Mama's cilantro lime and her honey garlic. This is a mixture of porcini mushrooms, lion's mane, and a few other mushroom powders. I really like using those. Pick them up at the farmers markets. I'm gonna add in some smoky bourbon sugar. It's been smoked with whiskey barrels. And it'll just give a little bit of smokiness to it. Pink salt. Some black pepper. So what we'll do now here is just mix this together. All right, so we're gonna add some Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire sauce, yeah, whatever. You know that W word. And then we're gonna add some eggs to this. And this is a pretty big amount, so we'll probably use a good dozen eggs. Now I'm gonna mix these eggs into here. Yes, it's gonna get a little messy. Now we've got this worked in. I'll change my gloves here real quick, but I've made some fresh breadcrumbs. You don't have to use them all. It's just a little bit of a binder. I've toasted the bread and then just pulsed it in the food processor. Now we're gonna mix the breadcrumbs in and see how they incorporate. I don't like using a lot of it. It's just a little binder. You can use panko if you want. I like making my own. So you just want to get it in there and let it, and it'll get some of that moisture in there from the eggs and just help bind it together. Alright, so we're gonna make our meatloaf. We can make it in like little loaves like this. We can go lengthwise. We could even make this whole pan one big pan of meatloaf. I think we're gonna do a couple loaves in the middle of them, or two loaves. So I'm just gonna take some, plop it. We're just gonna press it, kind of fold it together, press it together. do is take some strips of bacon and just lay them across. And kind of like, it's called shingling. I'll tuck them under. I like putting the bacon around it because one, I like bacon. Two, it adds a little extra flavor and a little bit of moisture to the meatloaf itself. Sometimes it can be a little dry, but we're also going to make a tangy ketchup sauce to go on top. And we'll brush that on when it's close to being finished. That's number one. We'll do another one of these. I'm making the second one. To me, I'm not a big fan of the meatloaf. The only good meatloaf I'm a fan of, really, is the band, the Meatloaf.
You gonna sing us a Meatloaf song?
I know.
Oh, come on.
No, nobody wants to hear me sing. That's for damn sure.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I Do Anything for Love.
And I'm not gonna sing it, but I do like it.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's good.
What's your favorite Meatloaf song?
I don't know.
No? Think about it. Summer, windows are down, radio's blaring. Which Meatloaf song's going? You're singing at the top of your voice.
Wasted Youth.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Everything louder than everything else.
Ooh, also a good one. Have you seen Meatloaf in concert?
I have. It's one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life. Almost better than Van Halen.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that too loud. Where did you see Meatloaf?
Fox Theater in St. Louis. 3 hours and it had an intermission.
And an orchestra, right?
And an orchestra, yeah. So now we got the meatloafs ready to go into the oven. They'll bake. So we've pulled it out, cooked it. It's about 150. So right now we're gonna finish it with the glaze. It's just a little ketchup, rice wine vinegar, a little honey ginger vinegar, some dried mustard, some fresh garlic, some cardamom, salt, pepper, and a little bit of soy sauce. So I'm just gonna ladle it over. And we'll do this now, and then we'll do a little bit more before reheating. And so here's the second one, and I just tempt it with a thermometer to make sure. And then I'll flip the space on it in the oven.
And how long will you cook this for now?
This will be in the oven for about another 30 minutes.
So how long did it cook first?
2 hours.
And now another 30 minutes?
Another 30 minutes.
And then will you put it in the oven again?
I will reheat it tomorrow morning for service. So I've refrigerated it overnight. I'm getting ready to heat it for service. So what I'm gonna do is just slice it. It'll heat faster and just make it easier to cut when it's cold. It is a little stiff, so your forearm dexterity will be tested. And when it's cold, it's easier to cut. It'll come out in better slices than if it's hot. And I drained about half of the juice out and the grease, just because you don't want all that, but you want to keep a little bit of it so when it sits, it can sit in its own juices and remain moist.